The woman was happily eating a hearty dinner at home, while her husband and his mistress were on the verge of starving to death in their own house. It turned out the outside temperature had dropped to -100 degrees Celsius, and the earth had completely become a frozen ball. Everyone was panicking because they didn't have enough supplies. Only the woman could eat comfortably at home. This was all because she had been reborn. In her previous life, she could have survived until the end of the cold wave, but to steal supplies for her husband, she was almost beaten to death. When she dragged herself home with the last of her strength, carrying the supplies, she found her husband fooling around with his mistress. The mistress even fed the food she had risked her life to steal to the dog, and later stole her spatial necklace. Thanks to this necklace, the two of them ate hot meals every day. Before the woman could react, her husband picked up a stick and beat her to death. Unexpectedly, the next second, she was reborn and returned to 3 days before the cold wave hit. This time, she was determined to make her husband and his mistress pay the price. Looking at the spatial necklace in her hand, she remembered that time inside the necklace stood still. Any food stored there would never go bad. So she didn't hesitate to go to the largest supermarket and buy out the entire store. Then she went to a pharmacy and stored all the emergency supplies into her spatial necklace. At that moment, a typhoon started blowing outside. The woman realized time was running out, so she bought warm clothes for the last time before heading home. But when she got home, she found her husband and his mistress already there. By then, the typhoon outside had grown extremely strong. Just like in her previous life, her husband suggested letting the mistress stay with them. Thinking of her tragic end in the last life, the woman refused without hesitation. But the man yelled at her, calling her selfish. The woman didn't want to waste words on him. She warned them that the cold wave would hit in 10 minutes. Everyone nearby thought she was crazy when they heard this, and her husband also believed she was lying just to get his attention. Seeing that no one believed her, the woman decided not to persuade them anymore. She pushed her husband aside and prepared to leave. Just then, the sky outside suddenly turned dark. Everyone stared at the extreme weather, too shocked to speak.